I'm so excited to say hello to Adam Thielen for One Up, One Down today. Adam, how are you doing? How's the family doing during this crazy time?
Good. Yeah, it's definitely been crazy, but we're taking advantage of it. As you can see, I'm in my car right now, trying to get a little space from the little ones. They tend to find me when I'm doing these things. So, but we're having a lot of fun with it, and like I said, just trying to take advantage of it and take positives out of it.
I have two 10-year-olds, and I know what it's like with two 10-year-old boys, right? It's pretty crazy. But I can at least reason with them a little bit in terms of kind of having to stay home. How hard is it with two young boys?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think there's a lot of situations that kind of pop up throughout the day, whether it be, friends that outside or school, like they have kind of like little like preschool type stuff that they're used to going a couple days a week, and they don't really understand, why they're not going there and why they're not seeing their friends and things like that. But it's also, they're at the age where they don't really care. They're just kind of whatever they can do that day that's fun. They're all about it. So they're at a good stage and just trying to enjoy a lot of time together.
So this is the question: who's a better route runner, Adam Thielen or Asher Thielen?
Well, it depends. If you're running a post route, he's got me beat. He runs a heck of a post route, and he can run that route probably 100 times a day. So it's been a lot of fun. It was kind of cool because before this all kind of happened, he couldn't like run and catch the ball at the same time. So it kind of happened that we were just like in the house and like we couldn't go anywhere. It was cold out here in Minnesota, and so we were kind of like navigating through the couches and like through our hallway and running post routes. So that's kind of how he learned how to run and catch on the run.
Is he the type of kid that sleeps with a football in his bed with him?
He will sleep with like whatever he's into like right at that moment. So like we went to a Twins game last summer and he got like a Joe Mauer baseball bat and he slept with that for like a week straight. And then like we went to a Timberwolves game this winter and same thing, like slept with this like green Timberwolves basketball for like a week straight. So it's kind of like he kind of goes through his phases of like what sport he's playing now and what he's into, and like you said, he will sleep with that, and he if he can't find it in the middle of the night, he'll like start screaming
Oh
and
yeah.
like where's my ball at? It's like you're sleeping on it.
And then if you can't find it, mommy and daddy are up looking for it in the middle of the night. I know that game.
Yeah, for sure.
So Catelynn, your wife, right? I mean, you guys are working out together just like crazy. She actually posted a picture. I think she beat you on burpees. Is that what I saw? Was she kicking your butt?
Yeah, she likes to not tell me when she's like filming for like her blog or something, and so I saw her doing it, and I was just kind of joking around. I try to like watch the boys while she like just to give her some space so she can work out, and that never works out because the boys, as soon as something happens, or like they get bored, they're like, "Where's mom?" and like they both like sprint to go find her. So it never works out giving her space, but that's what kind of happened there, and I jumped in on some burpees, and she likes to say that she's a better athlete, so she had to post it and give me a hard time.
I love it. She has to. Is it hard for you to stay motivated right now? Because I feel like so many people in this country are having a hard time staying motivated, and you guys have to stay at your peak.
No, not really. Honestly, I think my wife and I talked like when everything kind of shut down and things were kind of starting with what kind of life has been normal now with this, but we kind of talked right away and we're just like, hey, let's make sure that we hold each other accountable and make sure that every single day we're looking at the positives. We're not looking at the negatives. And obviously, like there's things that you take precautions and those things. But as far as just like not complaining about no break from the kids, like what's the positives that we can get out of that? And since we did that, I feel like we've actually as far as personally for my performance wise, I feel like I've actually trained better and been able to handle my nutrition better because I've been at home and I've been, I've had my nutrition plan in place, and I'm not going out and traveling and that stuff where you tend to eat out and maybe eat poor food and things like that. But I've been able to kind of dial that in and performance, working out wise, my trainer at ETS, my co-founder at ETS, Ryan Engelbert, he made like this plan for me that's been unbelievable, and just kind of using the equipment I have, my backyard, my front road in front of our house. It's kind of got a nice incline, and doing hill sprints, things like that. So it's been great, and just trying to take the positives out of it.
And you're feeling 100% because I know, we talked last year, a couple of games, with the hamstring and stuff like that. How are you feeling physically?
Yeah, again, it's been a great opportunity through all this to just focus on my body, focus on my family, and I've been able to do that, and feeling better than I've ever felt, to be honest. I feel like I'm 22 again, and that's why that's probably the most frustrating thing right now, is like not being able to go to OTAs because
Yeah.
I feel so good. I just want to get out there and play football again, and the time will come. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're being safe and being smart with everything. So, but can't wait for this to be behind us, and being back and watching sports and playing sports again.
I have to give you a lot of credit, right? Because you guys did that radiothon. How much money did you raise for COVID, the COVID relief?
Yeah, I think it was around $280,000. So it was incredible. It was a really fun experience. And just the community in Minnesota just came together in a crazy way. Just the amount of athletes, people from the sports community that came on and just were able to help us, and just to gain viewership or listeners, was incredible. So it just shows that this community, they're strong, that they're genuine people. They want to give back if they can. We got so many messages of people that were saying that they didn't have a whole lot of resources with this difficult time, but they just wanted to give back a little. And a 10, 20, 30, $50 donation, it's like, those are the ones that mean the most to us, my family, my wife and I, and the Thielen Foundation. Or when people that maybe they don't have crazy means, or they're going through a tough time, but they still want to show their support and give back to, and really this money was going back to this community, and really going to those people that are struggling most. So it was really cool.
So I applaud you because I mean, when I saw that dollar amount, that's just so cool for you to be able to kind of give your time and to do this, like you said, for the community. Can you imagine playing football without fans in the stand this year? I mean, that in your stadium, it's the best. It's hands down the best pregame intro, all of that stuff. It's going to be wild, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously with everything going on, we've had this question a lot, and I think for us as football players, it actually will probably be the least change. These other sports, they play so many games that they don't really have as many practices or much of a build up to the season. Where we practice from
Mm.
April, May, June, have a little bit of break, and then July, and then August, and with no fans, right? I mean, obviously July training camp, you have some fans, but May or April, May, June, like you don't have fans, and you have a ton of practices, and you're competing. You're trying to earn a starting spot, or you're trying to make the team. Like you're still competing. So I think us as football players will be more used to it than others. But like you said, when you're in a massive stadium and there's no crowd noise and things like that, it definitely be weird. But again, I think it comes down to athletes. Like athletes are built to handle change, to control what they can control, and that's like the message of every head coach of ever I've ever been a part of any team. That's kind of always the message. Hey, you can control, you can control, and this is one of those situations that you just got to control. You control. When you don't have a workout facility, or you don't have weights in your house, like find a way. And I think those are the things that are going to show big time when things do get back to normal, whether it be at your job, whether it be sports, what have you. This is going to be the one time in our lives that we're going to be able to tell a difference between the people that are going above and beyond, and not, because I think there's going to be
Yeah.
a big separation there.
Who's more self-motivated than others? Because that's what it is right now. It's all about that self-motivation. How closely will you watch the draft? Do you watch that? Are you into that?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Especially now with no sports on and things like that. I think it'll be fun. It's something to look forward to in the sports world. And then obviously, it's always exciting when you can, see who your team is picking, and get a little bit of a glimpse of those guys and now in today's NFL, those guys are huge to to your team's success. So it's a really cool opportunity to see who your team picks. Obviously we trust those guys and in the front office that they're doing their due diligence and they're getting guys that are going to help us win now.
All right, before I let you go, I've never asked you this question before. How many times do people come up to you and ask you if you know who the new man on the Minnesota Vikings really is? You got to ask that question a lot, right?
Yeah, we got that a few times this year. At first, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and then obviously it was a popular thing and all that. But definitely was funny. We have a couple of detectives on our team, and they were searching hard. There's always been like a couple mysteries in the locker room, like just fun little things. And we have a couple guys they're always doing that and figuring it out. But I don't think they figured out who it is.
My kids love that song, by the way. They
Yeah.
do it on Kids Bop, and they run around singing that song all the time. Adam, thank you so much. Take care of your beautiful family and be safe during this time. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. Take care.
For the best NFL coverage anywhere on the internet, follow NFL on Fox, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.